if we look at national context, should I say, you realize that Zimbabweans in general have been suffering a lot. And as a result, people spiritually are yearning for some kind of satisfaction, for some kind of fulfillment in their lives. So in the same regard, people nowadays are now looking for this gospel of prosperity, the gospel of good news, which is basically says that if you follow the statutes of God, if you follow the commandments of God, everything will work well for you, and even in a material sense.
Yenza ikhosi yami engangikhangelele ukuthi after completing my course I'll be employed in one of the best companies lami ngibe ngcono, but okwenzakalayo ukuthi I tried here and there, submitted my applications, CVs and whatsoever, went for interviews, but akulala lapho engaphumelela khona. Phakathi kodubo la ngiyananzela ukuthi vele kwesesikhathi uyagcina lawe uphephela loba kuyini okukhona okubuyayo. Lami I had a friend of mine who advised me to these days ezinto ziba spiritual enxa yemimoya ekuvalileyo, so kulama churches athize ancedisayo.
First of all, it's not the church of today that is concerned about that. The Church of Jesus Christ itself was concerned about the prosperity of people. For example, when Jesus was preaching, he says that I was called to preach the gospel to the poor. Preaching to the poor, I don't think there is any good message that can come to a poor person except for them to be rich and for them to be wealthy and for them to live a good life.
Promise which was there, ukuthi ngiqalisa nje khonapho usebenza khona loyo nemthandazo into zonke ziyavuleka. Kwakungani into ezawuthi after a month engenza bese ngithola ama positive responses from ema-company engangiwa applyele lapho ngangithembele khona ukuthi banganika i-best response, but till now ngilokho ngizihlalele angibonanga lutho.
It's not in our power to pray and then you get everything there and there. That is instantly. However, if we follow the word of God, say in Psalms 15, it says, "Call upon me in the day of trouble, I will deliver thee, and you will glorify me." In other words, it is God who says, do it that way. It's not an issue of advertising, say, come today, I'll pray for you, and then this you are going to receive. I am not God. I can always pray for you, but I'll leave the rest, the consequences with God, or the rest with God.
Instant miracles are not just solutions that we offer, but it is the solution that God has always offered from the beginning.
When you study the Bible, it's not about prosperity. It's about calling people back, back to their Lord. I'll put it that way. The reason being that we know that we've been created by God, and sin came to the world, and man was destined to death. And because Jesus loved us so much, he came and died for us. That's the gospel. If you talk about the gospel, that's the meaning of the word gospel, that means good news.
Amachechi kawalandanga ukuzokhweza ukholo. Alande nje ukuthi azodinga izimali. Njengoba ngangisitsho ukuthi lami siyadinga ukuthi ngitole usizo ngibe nemali. Nawo ngilande umuntu la odinga imali. Uvele nxa ngisiza kwalampana ngiumuntu nje ongezelela imarket yakhe. Nabantu abangekho after attaining umsebenzi kaNkulunkulu. Kodwa ngabantu nje ababuye ukuthi njengoba sitsho abanye bathi gospel of prosperity, who is benefiting. Hibo bona labana ama pastors and those elders of the churches.
When you have faith, when you have faith, kubafundisi bakumbona this one has been chosen by God, called by God. Lapho mawuqala ukulalela ivoice kaNkulunkulu, that's when things start to happen ngendlela enjani, ngendlela ephakemeyo. Khathesi abantu abengithembisa ukuthi ngizahamba eAustralia, they are coming up. Khathesi into seziqala ukuya ukuvuleka.
We bet our luck on the changing of times, particularly our economy. I very much bet that most of these ridiculous things that we hear probably going to disappear. If you look in Europe or most of these prosperous Western countries, churches are being turned into museums because no one is really interested in religion. So, as a solution, I would say people need to wake up because some of the things that people are made to do are just ridiculous. They just even defy the faculty of common sense. Imagine someone spraying an insecticide in your face as a way of trying to heal you. People being made to eat soap, you know, all those crazy things.
Laba manje ama-pastor of the Pentecostal churches ngabantu abasebenzisa umkhonomi lo owileyo, especially in our country. Ungananzelela kahle kahle, all those people who gather there are the new convert in those churches. Kwakungekho kudala ilizwe lisazimele kahle kahle singananzelela ukuthi alubana ilizwe liyabuyela to back to its status. Abantu bazasuka laphana ngoba abantu baya emachechi ona lawana bebalekela odubulolo abala belokukholwa ukuthi abantu bazakuthola usizo miraculously.
When you read the Bible in the book of John chapter number 2, the first miracle on the word Jesu anongosvika wine inodzinofana kumachua for some years. So Jesu anokotaura kuti isai mabuckets and hapana kana kumboita years there and there. So we are following the footsteps of Jesus Christ. So we have to experience instant miracles.
I think always when we ask for signs, I think there's always a problem. If you go back into the Gospels, Jesus is always having trouble with his local people because they're always asking for a sign from heaven, from him. And that makes everything wrong.
You know, in the Bible we've been told to always expect miracle monies, but God calls us to work. It takes me back to the issue of the Sabbath, where God says 6 days you shall labor, 6 days you shall work. That means we are called to gain money through working. And such expectation of miracle money, I'll just get to find money in the bank, just to compromise our way of living. It will create lazy people. And when we go to the book of Proverbs, it's against laziness. God says, you sluggard, go to the ants and see how active they are.
Engingakutsho ngama churches lawo amatsha, ama churches lawo abhadalisa abantu. Qinisweni sibisibili ngabantu nje ngama day robbers abuyile phakathi kwabantu abangakwanisela ukwananzelela.